was preparing food for his soldiers. He suddenly saw a German tank half turned in the distance. He realized it was the enemy and quickly took cover. But the German tank, without seeing anything, fired a barrage of shells in its direction, one shell hitting the field kitchen. All the food the cook had painstakingly prepared was destroyed. The cook erupted in rage. He picked up an axe, jumped onto the tank, and began pounding it, cursing and hurling abuses. The soldiers inside the German tank were frightened and fired out of the observation hole, but to no avail. But the cook sat on top of the machine gun and continued to beat its barrel, which had become red hot, with an axe, bending it. The Germans, now aware of his location, drove the tank at high speed, hoping to knock it over, but the cook held on tight. An idea struck him. He unzipped his apron and stuck it to the tank's front window. But he tore the sleeve of his shirt, blocking all light. Now the men inside the tank were completely blinded. The Germans panicked and the tank crashed into a tent. The cook cut open the tent with an axe and climbed out. He was afraid the Germans would discover he was alone. So he began shouting loudly, swinging his axe, stamping his feet, and shouting as if the entire Soviet army had surrounded them. Then he lit a bundle of hay and shoved it inside the tent. Smoke filled the air. The German soldiers began coughing, their eyes watering and their noses running. The cook shouted in broken German, "Come quickly, bring anti-tank grenades." Hearing this, the Germans collapsed. Terrified, they opened the hatch and threw up their hands. The cook had been waiting for just this moment. He picked up his gun, pointed it at their backs, and said, "Put your weapons on them." When the Germans turned around, they were stunned. Such a dangerous enemy with just one cook, and that too alone. But what was the point of regretting now? Seeing their foolish faces, the cook burst into laughter. A little while later, when the Soviet army returned to the camp, they saw the two German soldiers and everyone thought they were under attack. Everyone lay down and hid, but the commander peeked through the bushes and saw the cook standing near the tank, gun in hand, shouting, "Come," gun in hand, shouting, "Come out, friend, the food is getting cold." The soldiers were stunned. When they were convinced he wasn't a hostage, one by one, they all came out. When they heard that the cook had single-handedly captured 4 German soldiers and destroyed a tank without firing a single shot, no one could believe it. No one could believe it. And the most amusing thing was that he had even prepared a feast to celebrate the victory. While this may sound crazy, it's based on a true story. So what was the name of this brave and clever cook?